What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Umamusume video, and today's video we are going to be training Kitasan Black once again, New Year's Kita to be more specific, and only because I do want to try her out again for the CM. Well, I don't even think I brought her to this last. I don't even remember the last medium distance CM, because last CM was long distance with the Anima CM. So, and I don't even think I brought her over to the League of Heroes because I think I didn't even get a UD or even a high UE with this Kita specifically at all since like UAF. So yeah, I do want to see if I can, bring her over to the CM. If not, then we'll go with whoever. The best options obviously are that I have trained before the CM. But the parents are pretty much the same that I've been using most of the time. And as for the support card setup, everything's the same except for the speed card. Swap back to the Narita Taishin wise card that I have, because every time I use a leader, I pretty much just want to go and try out the Simply Rudolph one. But with it, when it comes down to like the chasers and the escape, I do end up borrowing a different speed card. So everything else is pretty much the same except for the friend card and the wise card when it comes to non escape leader, whatever. But I'm using two speeds, borrowing a Smart Falcon along with my Duramente, the same two stamina cards with Air Shakur, Super Creek, Nishino Flower Power card, and like I said, the Narita Taishin Wise card. But that is going to be pretty much it for the setup. Nothing special there. I think I already finished this. So I'm not going to do the double TP or the boost for that. We're just going to get that started. But before we do go start the run and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or to the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the requests along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, that's going to be pretty much it on that. And let me just get this turn started. Sure, we'll do wise. Why not? And as the comments are loading up, I'll check to see if YouTube had decided to do something about the comments or not. I think I'll still do this. It's fine. Then scroll down to the recent one, or the first one I meant. Then I guess before I go over the comments, I will say I did a few, like 2-3 extra training runs yesterday with Gentle Donna, and it was all right. Pretty much barely did better than the one I recorded, because it did replace the top 3, the third rank one of my top 3 Gentle Donnish trained. So it was all right. Could have been better. I don't remember. I think this one only had an S in turf, so not in medium distance. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll just keep trying to push extra trainings out there just so I can have a better chance in getting a decent team ready for the CM. But other than that, nothing else besides that. Only train Gentle Dawn just to see, because I feel like she may be the fastest one I can train easily. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get it done before the CM next week. That is the real question there. But other than that, let's get started with going over the comments, with the first one being from Rick. And it says, if you could choose any power, generic or anime, what power would you choose? I think I would pick... teleportation. It seems really useful for travel. If you forget something, etc. And even do it may not be as useful, even if it may not be as useful, what power would you like to have that you think is cool? I think if we're going like a generic power, I can't say that's not an anime, but like a general one, like you said, teleportation. I'm assuming like flight or flying is around the same ballpark there. I think I'd probably just go with like speed, maybe. Speed, maybe. Just being fast. But I seen this next part of your comment says, I would love to have Shinigami powers with Bankai. In my opinion, Bankai is the coolest, but that's just me. Hey, we all have our biases, so it's all good. It's all good. Bankai is cool, although I haven't caught up to the most recent Bleach, because obviously there was this whole gap between when it ended before and now. But Bankai is cool. Oh no, that's a lot, because seeing a lot of anime, you see a lot of different powers and all that, but a lot of them are pretty generic though, or like similar. Like if we're talking about like elemental powers in general, whether it's like fire, ice, lightning, or electric, they're all pretty similar in a sense, because obviously same element and all of that. But I do think it's still pretty cool. I mean, also, that's a good question. It's a good question. It's hard to answer like off the rip. I feel like Nen from Hunter x Hunter is pretty cool as well. I don't know if this is low key or not, but for me, low key, I do kind of do like the breathing techniques from Demon Slayer. That is pretty cool, my opinion. I wouldn't know. Oh, that's a hard, a hard question to pick like off the rip. Off the rip. I'd say maybe just to be a little bit different off like the elemental stuff. Like it's still going to be related to it. I think one option would be probably something like maybe like the Dragon Slayer magic from Fairy Tail. I think I've always thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's a hard question to go off the rip. It's gonna require some thinking, some me brain route, because I could also go the One Piece route. There's a lot of different powers there going on as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of thinking. But I mentioned this before, where even though I've kind of blamed it on me being a fire sign, I am like, I do get pretty biased when it comes to like fire powers. So I don't know. Nova had responded saying, I would choose the ability to date every single girl. I think a combination of the world God only knows and Shido from Date Alive, so I can acquire waifus from inner dimensions and use their powers as well. Um, only I only know one of my friends who watches anime who has seen the world God only knows. And that's been a while since I seen it. Like a while. But at the same time, why am I not surprised that this would be something that you would choose? Rick says in response, OP. I mean, I think at this point we all know what I guess Nova prioritizes, right? But other than that, thank you, Rick, for the comment and Nova for replying. For the next batch of comments, it is going to be from Nova. Long and medium distance turf Umas have always been the spotlight. I agree. Short and dirt and even mile are niche when it comes to the Uma scene. I think I sometimes get this. Okay, we'll just do that. I think this also explains why it's easier to get licensing for short and dirt Umas than medium long distance Umas. True. That does make sense. That does make sense. But if you think about it, there is still I think compared to short and mile distance, the medium long distance, there's still way more medium long distance Umas. At least from, I believe there's still way more medium long distance Umas compared to short mile distance. But we're talking about licensing, probably. But the fact that there is still a good chunk or a good amount of the Umas are medium long distance, I don't know. Oh no. And then Tanoki had responded saying, to be fair, it seems Japan particularly enjoys medium races. Even Arimakinen is barely longer as a long. Yeah, it's just 100 meters, which is what, equivalent to basically 100 yards. Although if you think about it, 100 yards is still pretty long. That's a good addition to, it's like 100 or like 100, in between like 100 to 110 yards. I'm not sure. I mean, I might as well just Google it, right? How long is 100 meters? Yeah, 109.3 yards. So at least just that. So it may not sound a lot if we're talking about distances, but if you think about it, it's pretty far, I'd say. It's a good distance to add. But yeah, it's still like, you could say it is still barely a difference between 24 to 2500. And then the thing is, many Mount Umas are also medium. That is true as well. But I think also the reason why Mile Umas also do medium distance races is because if they do, do the triple TR races, it starts off as mile, but like the second and third races are medium distance ones. Albeit, I think it was like 2,000 meters, I think. But still, it's the same thing with the triple crown, where you have the Satsuki show and the derby at medium distance, but the last one is long distance. We'll just go power. And then Nova says, I prefer that too. Short mile is not that interesting to watch, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like if they would animate short mile distance races, it'd go fairly quick. Because even with the medium long distance races in general that we seen in the anime series itself, I'm just talking about the anime version itself, but even races in real life, the races don't really take that long. Which is why most of the majority of the races they show in the anime typically would be like the last part of the episode, if anything. At least that's how I see it. But an anime on Orphev and Donna wouldn't be so bad. Rather, I could see a lot of Vexina moments being her pouting and trying hard to get Donna to notice her. If it would be more focused towards gentle Donna, then yeah, I could see that happening. But since Orphev and Donna was more mentioned and all, I feel like they would still be a part of it, but I think it would still be more focused towards Gold Ship story if we were to add Orphev and Donna into the mix. That's why I mentioned Gold Ship. But this could be the time before, you know, Gold Ship became the Gold Ship we knew, right? Because remember, if you remember, she did mention this to Kita in season 3. I feel like I was supposed to do a race. Yeah, I was supposed to do a race. Did I? We still have 7, but like, oh well, I'll make it work. It's not like it's the first time I've done it, but usually I would do the hopeful stakes, but it is what it is. I feel like this department will always be lacking. Still, I mainly just need to get my Miyabi team and Juyuin team stacked up. I guess my fire team will be built around Evelyn, which should be, since she is gonna be the new fire attacker. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Hold on. Let's see if I can find a medium distance I can do. Oh yeah, technically we could just do this right now. I'll just do it right now. Caesar is flexible enough. That is true. She can pretty much be in any team, being one of the better supports out there. Paleto might be interesting to build for fire if you're looking for more of a pure fire team. Sure. As for physical, I never got Jane Doe, and I'm not sure if I will pull for her rerun. I don't think I'm going to pull for her in the rerun as well. Sec. I think I should rest. Yeah, I should rest. And then electric team is a dream for me since I only have Ching-Yi. I guess I'll build Grace when I do get her. Well, that's if we're going off, I guess, single element focused team, right? But if you think about it, I think what I notice about Zenless is, I think when it comes to like the Shiyu defense, and I guess depending on your characters, but the Shield defense and all the other endgame stuff is not having the whole team be that element, although it would still work. But I think what really matters is having your main damage dealer, your main DPS be that enemy's weakness. Because for the ice team, obviously, like I said, I mentioned, I've only pretty much just put Miyabi in, but I just add Sokaku there just to, I guess, chain attack. And also, if I do choose to, I could also add in her buff for increased ice damage. And then the next one was pretty much just Bernice's team. Pretty much. But if you think about it, Bernice's team is pretty much, if you have, I guess you could say Bernice / Yanagi, electric fire, and then the support doesn't necessarily matter, because if you put in Caesar, physical, well, although And then there's a Lucy also for she's fire. So I don't think you necessarily have to focus on single elemental teams or element teams is what I'm trying to say. Unlike, let's say, like Wua, where there are supports that uh there are going to be supports or are supports that specifically helps out a single type or element, like Rochia, who's getting released, would still be good for basic attack buffs, but she also increases havoc, so obviously she'll be great with Camellia. Brent, if what I saw correct, he should be supporting Chung-Li because he's also being released with the Chung-Li release rerun. So yeah, I think Zenless is a little different in that sense, where I don't feel the need to actually have a pure ice team or a pure fire team. Although it'd be, nice to just have everyone, I guess, section in their own element. But at the same time, it's kind of like I don't think it's necessary or needed, because there are other things that also can make the team differ, just like the Yanagi Bernice team, where it's an anomaly disorder team rather than an element team. So I guess it's just up to whoever you decide to build and whoever you have, but that's at least my opinion on it. Like Yi works perfectly well with Zhu Yuan, but it's ether and electric. And then the only reason why I say that, actually, I would be great with Zhu Yuan, not only being just because she's the only other ether limited character, but also the third ether character, if I'm not mistaken, basically replacing Nicole. She can most likely still support other types and all that. That's what I'm trying to say. Shoot, what do I pick here? I don't know. I think I'd rather just rest and then hope for wise training. I'll just do that. Yeah. And then, yeah, you're just copying my woo pulls. What are you talking about copying your woo pulls? I ain't copying nobody's pulls. I'm just pulling. It just so happens we're pulling on the same characters. Actually, I'm more surprised. I feel like you were kind of on the fence about Jinsei in a way. At least it doesn't sound like you entirely like her too much, or in my perspective or my point of view, I was all for it. You didn't even pull for her weapon originally also, so, or I did. But I am planning to pull every character in 2.0 starting now, so that means all the way to the Resonator for the Threnodian, or I guess Theordian, if that's how you want to spell it, is released. If you get who I'm talking about. Well, I mean, I did play the story before you. I should know. I should know. But I will say I'm most likely probably not pulling for Brent. Plus, I don't swipe just because, you know. That's all you. That's all you. Will you be able to keep up? No, not with your credit card. Not with your credit card. Which is why, it's hard to compare. Because also you get more stuff out of, depending on what packs you pay for or swipe for. So I mean, the only reason why I say that is because of the uh, resource difference we had in the beginning of the game, where I was lacking, but you were doing just fine. So, I don't know. I'm also tempted to get every weapon just because the 100% acquisition rate is just so much nicer than the 70-30 or whatever in Hoyo games. That is a nice touch that Wuwa did I mean, yeah, did do instead. But I think in Wuwa I would generally just keep going for the weapon just because of that reason. It's like, why wouldn't I just go for it, right? Whereas in Hoyo games, you do have the option not to pull if you don't want to. Although it is a um, higher odds to get it. I will say I still have loss. I still have loss. And that's 70-30. I think it's either 70-30 or 75-25. I don't exactly remember. Speaking about Hoyo games, I did have some free time, so that's why I was able to do extra runs. But also, I was doing the extra runs while also playing the Star Rail story. And as the story was progressing, I was doing pulls for the light cone for the Herda. And I will say, I think I got it. I think I'll be able to check it. I just don't know where would I check it. Do I still have Star on my phone? I don't. I don't. Well, I guess I'll just try to remember. I don't necessarily remember because I know for a fact that it had to be at least 20 to 25 pulls. Because obviously I did say that I had basically used all my currency on getting the character, but realizing the team that I was gonna build for her, I don't have enough erudition light cones. Erudition being the type or the path, I guess, because there's also different elements as well. So I decided to just do pulls for the light cone as I progress through the story. Eventually, and these are single pulls, I will say that, because technically, if you think about it, I've realized this a while back already. There really isn't much of a difference when it comes to single to actual 10 pulls, at least in these games, because the rate's still going to be the same. So you still have that same chance doing a single pull, doing a 10 pull. That's the reason why I do single pulls in these games. But yeah, I was just going through the story and I was like, you know what? And I was trying to build the team at the same time because I wanted to use a different team than I normally do. And I did get it and won the, I guess, 70-30. Yeah, 70-30, I would say. Thankfully. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't know if I would have been able to run that team. But other than that, now I have time to farm up and save. Since the new 3-point patches are coming up, new characters, all that. Basically just like Wuthering Waves. It's gonna be lots of decisions will have to be made, I guess. Moving on. Blue Archive. Blue Archive live stream this weekend consisting of 3 days of just otakus dancing to the DJ. Random. They will announce the fest banner at the last day, so I'm going to be chilling until then. I'm hoping the fourth year Blue Archive will be even better than the first three. I have no comment on that because I don't play Blue Archive. At least it's been years since the last time I played it. But at the same time, I did drop it. I don't know if I don't exactly remember if I did drop it by choice. I guess at the end of the day, it was technically by choice but I feel like it just naturally faded away, like a lot of games. Should rest. In terms of difficulty, Lorelei is so much harder than the Sentry Guardian. I'm getting wrecked just by farming Rococo's material. Also, Rococo's how the JP pronounced her name, so I'll go with that. I'm gonna assume you mean Rochia. So, I actually haven't started pre-farming for Rochia. But I guess I can't really tell because I didn't really start farming Lorelei. Yeah, I haven't knew. I've been just farming Havoc Echoes pretty much. Assuming she's a sub DPS, which she should be. Just pretty much getting the typical echoes. I heard that the Herda is overpowered. I don't even know what to say to that. I thought it was something related to what you were. I don't know what your polls you're talking about, but I don't know why the name is like that. But my polls in, I guess you're talking about Starville. I guess I could talk about it. I guess I could talk about it because I don't think anyone else. Well, probably besides Ren, but I'm pretty sure she already knows. She should know at least. She should know at the very least. But I don't think anyone else besides Ren plays Starville, and I feel like if others do, then they would know off the rip. So I'm just gonna say that the reason why she's called the Herda is because since I feel like you're not even gonna play, you're not gonna play it at all, especially it being a Hoyo game, I guess, so to speak. Is because when you first get introduced to Herda, it's not actually you're meeting her, but you're not meeting her at the same time. It's more like her puppets. So her puppets are just basically modeled after a younger version of herself. Whereas now they finally released the actual Herda, so that's why it's called the Herda. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But my pulls in NeuroCloud is just 8 dupes of SSRs until I got her in the final pull. I don't know who this hers. Now I'm kind of just like, But since I was 10 pull away from pity, I was like, why not? So I did that to get her limit break shards. Well, if you were a whole 10 pull away, I probably would have done the same thing. Probably would have done the same thing. I'm expecting Diane's little sister is coming to GFL2 soon, also known as Wang Yu or something like that. Mosin is still who I prefer overall because I use her a lot in GFL1. I do like Mosin a lot. It's just one's a limited and one's not, so I'd probably just rather use the limited. Just to keep it simple, but I guess depending on the situation, I'll probably swap around, but that's just. And also, if I do pull for her, or I think I said I would probably most likely pull for her, I'd most likely want to use her and whoever else, because obviously I just pulled for her, so why wouldn't I? I accidentally clicked, and then, but I am collecting them all. Well, you did say you were. Said you were. Ulrid though is a time saver in PvP. Basically, her ult insecure ensures a one-turn kill if the other team has one noob character defense team. I'm quite surprised even after how long has it been? Like 2 months, right? About 2 months. Still keep encountering people in the PvP at least. Uh with either just single team Colfiend teams. I'm just like, it's kind of free. It is free. Um, the weekly boss can be tough, but I'm almost level 60. Once I'm there, I can finally just slowly level 60 every single character and their weapons. How are you almost level 60 already? I know I basically started a week later than you, but me being a week late from even to when my brother started, I pretty much just only 2 levels under my brother, 2 or 3 at this point. So I don't know how your gap is. Well, I have a feeling you may have had like some the stamina item, I forgot what it's called, and you just continuously farm stuff. I would assume, and that would be why. Power of a swiper. Power of a swiper, right? Some anime are just underrated and will stay underrated, like Plastic Memories. I agree. Plastic Memories was really good, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion. But I feel like not a lot of people know about it. So yeah, I get you with the Plastic Memories. Rather the anime you hate, like School Days, is so much more overrated. I freaking hate it. I almost cussed just because of that. I freaking hate School Days. I just hate it. Tanoki responded saying, I love Plastic Memories. Bawled my eyes out. It was really good. It was really good. School Days I actually hated, but I actually found some respect for it because they so deliberately made you hate. I have no respect for it just because I hate it. Just because I hate it that much. Like I understand the whole idea of hating something, but having respect for it because of probably many different reasons. But School Days I just hate with no respect at all. I just hate it. Genuinely, just purely hate School Days. That's why it's always the example of like the anime I hate the most, because it is probably the anime I hate the most. And then Nova says anti harem, I'd argue, which I should be against, but School Days made me realize that yeah, that's a reality in which we live in. It just reinforces a sense of why I like harem that much. I should probably rest here. That would be probably be the smarter option. But a part of me feels like I can get wise string, so I'm gonna risk it. Reverse is like the main story, so it's not going anywhere. 8 hours of Star Rail story will be like Arc Knights, where I'm behind on 2 chapters, so it's like 12 hours of yapping. I'd say 8 hours if you're not, running around looking for loot like I would do, because it's what I do. It's what I do. I wouldn't be me if I didn't loot. I said the same thing in the beginning of Wuthering Waves, like in the early videos. I run around if I see something that I can do, whether it's puzzles, puzzles, or just tests in general. I'm gonna run for it. It doesn't help that the character I like has I guess you could say a pet, because her it's called Topaz and Numby, but Topaz is the main character I like. But Numby senses treasure and it will lead you to it. So yeah, I was running around. So that 8 hours pretty much turned into will probably turn into like 10. So yeah. But I did a good bit of the story in my free time along with start playing some Pretty Derby on the side, so it's all good. It's all good. Just fix this real quick. I don't know if Ren is lacking in the Uma department. I wouldn't if it's the just the Umas in general, I wouldn't say so just based off knowing that pull she pulls for a lot of Umas as well. But as a support card collector myself, I'd have to say 90% of my UC comes from support cards being OP. That's what I was saying. I feel like support cards play a big role. And then parents and white factors are there for those who are going to be trying really hard for League of Heroes champion or something like that. I don't know. To get League of Heroes champion, it would have to be a combination of white factors, parents, white factors, and all that, along with being a complete whale. I wouldn't say that it's only for those trying really hard, because you could try really hard with parents and white factors, but you're not going to get League of Heroes champion just off that. What I want to pick here. This would be the safe option, so I'm just going to do it. Eugen is just addicted to white factors in my opinion, but yeah, I think the card's just way worth more in the long run. I wouldn't say addicted, because it does play if you have the right parents along with the white factors and all that. It does help with your ranking, your training results and all that. It does help. But yeah, the board cards, if you really want like I guess you could technically say the fast route, the faster route, it would fail the training. It would probably be to just try to get the support cards, the good support cards. The other route obviously would be, I guess we could call it the Eugen route, I guess. Would be training parents and factors. At least with parents and factors though, uh it can help you in the long run as well. I say long run because eventually you'll need to replace the support cards with better support cards, right? And then the last one says, at least from Nova, says, well, a UC Vivlos with S in medium. Got 4 times the medium S during inheritance, and I'm like, WTF. I guess I'll keep training until the CM. Dura is UC2, but I might be able to get a better one. Might? You should be able to. You should be able to. Not might. You should. It just depends on the time you put, I would say. And your luck, obviously, your RNG in Uma training. But other than that, that is pretty much it from Nova. Thank you for all the comments, Nova. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is going to be from Ren. Welcome back again, Ren, even though I said that yesterday, but it's just nice to see you back-to-back videos. Hi. Hello. Yeah, at the moment, because you put ATP, or at this point, oh, at this point, I never really seen anyone do ATP. So I thought you meant to put at the moment. But at this point, I still haven't gotten UD at all. So I'm kind of training whoever I like. I'm kind of training whoever I'm training ticket right now. I mean S rank for the training exam robot thing. I don't know. Ah, yes, yes. That one is, yeah. Being more specific helps a lot. Otherwise, I'll have different assumptions. Yeah, sometimes I miss out on it. Obviously, you guys see it in the video that sometimes I miss out on it. There was that one time I did miss out by one level, which was stupid, but it's a good thing you are going for getting it consistently because sometimes I do miss out on it for whatever reason, whether it's because of failed training, mostly because of failed training. But I'll tell you how my winning ticket training goes. I'll try to slowly come back and then come back completely with the short comments. Sounds good to me. I think I did better on the food scenario. And yes, I've been pulling the last support card banners. I think towards the end of the food scenario, I did better. But the first 2 months was hell for me because I wasn't doing well at all. I wasn't doing well at all. But got Rudolph 40 and Arden 35. I don't know if I should pull on this support card banner because I'm good for support cards after I get Still in Love to 50 because I know it's only 45. I guess it also depends I don't know, would that matter? I think technically it does because obviously if you did get Rudolph, it's a good general wise card. But if we're talking about like Arden, who is more focused towards the leaders and all that, I guess it would depend who you're training. But at the same time, getting them max limit broken would be the way to go to really get the whole benefit, which is why we see Nova here getting his results just based off his support cards being maxed out. Oh, this support card? Who was it? Seeking the Pearl? Short distance speed card? I'm kind of on the fence on that. I'm kind of on the fence on that. I don't think so, only because I don't know why they're releasing a short distance one. I don't know what kind of scenario we're getting next month, but I don't know. I personally I wouldn't go for it. Um Personally, I wouldn't go for it, but if you really need it for short distance, then I guess, but who knows, there might be a new general speed card coming out soon. So yeah, I'd probably just hold off. I'd probably just hold off. But I just want UD. I've been saving right now. I usually go for the red blue first turn and then 6 into green, but I don't know. Red blue, oh, red blue, and then 6 into green. I guess we're talking in the beginning. I usually just, I mean, obviously you guys seen it. I go red green and then red blue, but that's just me. Just what I've been doing the whole time. Nice seeing you, but yes, it helped. And I ask around and no one knows. Well, maybe at someone just so you can get a more of a direct response. Maybe. Or maybe because it gets drowned out during the conversation that they're having. I think it's all just timing or just really, I don't know, really try to get their attention somehow, some way. Because I know especially if there's multiple people talking about a specific topic. If someone just joins in, ask a question, it might just get drowned out. So just keep trying, I would say. Just keep trying. And this goes in just in general in like any group chat or whatever. Yeah, just keep trying. Eventually someone will probably notice you, especially now that it's being being known in the video. So maybe just maybe someone will notice it. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of it will come down to maybe your setup and all that. So maybe even the parents you're using. So yeah, just keep trying. Eventually, maybe even show your setup and all that. I don't know if you have, because obviously like I said, I haven't really been looking because I've been busy at the same time. But I don't think this Kita is also going to be good, just based off where my stats are. But yeah, just keep trying. I feel like maybe eventually someone will have noticed. I'll actually take a peek right now again. But it could also just be the timing as well of when you sent it. Now, like if I'm looking right now, there wasn't much since I seen when I popped in or yesterday during the video. So yeah, I guess it just depends on your timing when you would do it or ask. Is there any reason? What the heck happened? I have internet. I had to check, like, did my internet go out? Oh, we were at the second to last race. The heck? Obviously, I still have internet. Be able to jump in. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. But hopefully you do get you a UD by the end of the scenario, before the new scenario, I should say. Um, just keep trying. That's all I can say. It's just how Uma is. When I was having a hard time in Great Food Festival, I just kept trying. Regardless of the issue, I just kept trying. Well, I feel like one of the issues was I was trying to go 2 guts, but it did kind of work. But most of the time, I was having a hard time. It could be your support card setup. I don't know what you're running. Maybe the same thing as mine. I'm not sure. But just give it a try. Other than that, thank you, Ren, for the comment. And then lastly, we do have Tanoki as the last comment. Let me refresh just to be sure. Why did some of the likes and the heart and comments disappeared? I don't know, but I'll just do it again. But the last comment, like I said, is from Tanoki. My Circle Cup has kicked off, and it seems my Gimlet is performing better than I expected, ultimately beaten out by a Christmas Top Road in the quarterfinals. And then some interesting picks included my Gimlet, New Year's CB. I actually didn't even know you got New Year's CB. New Year's Kita and Twin Turbo. I didn't want to grab that. I guess Twin Turbo, because just put Turbo. And then Nova says, well, is this, I guess, is this Circle Cup like, oh, we didn't get your Shakur's thing. Oh, well. Do you use your CM units? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of just asking. But Nova had added saying, I'll be using the non-meta comp again with Vivlos, Dura, and Dana. I'm gonna be vibing this CM. It's funny to say non-meta when Dana is obviously meta. Duramente, although not the most meta, but she's still pretty meta, I would say, especially with being medium distance. The only one that really sticks out is Vivlos. Also, if you're just running those three, seems like you're not running a debuffer. Nova. It's funny how you say non-meta for different things, like in other games as well, but you're clearly using meta at the same time. I don't know if you're just saying that just to say that. At least that's how it feels toward you when every time you say non-meta, but then I see something meta related inside it. But if you're talking about the whole team, just not having a debuffer, just I guess. Why am I picking a leader skill? But other than that, thank you for all the comments. Tanoki, Nova, Ren, and Rick, appreciate it as always. Sorry, I was trying to pick a skill, but and appreciate the continuing support as usual. But let me just quickly get this out of the way just so we can go see what the result is. Although I feel like it'll most likely probably be barely a UD or a high UE, like UE9, UE8. It could be lower, but I'm just what I think off whatever the stats were. And I'm not really necessarily caring about the skills because I won't be using this Kita. I will probably spend more time training Kita, if anything, just to see like this Kita specifically on whenever I do extra runs, just to see if I can get the best New Year's Kita I can train. Unfortunately, I do only post one run a day, obviously for videos. But like it was mentioned before, a lot of my good runs do happen outside of recording, unfortunately. I guess I'll just pick up whatever at this point. Let's just go with these just to kind of get skills out of the way. I thought I had... Okay, I'll just grab that. I don't care anymore. But once again, I will say it again. Thank you, Tanoki, Ren, Nova, and Rick for the comments. Appreciate it as always. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, air shakers we didn't get it, so it's kind of like whatever also. But we did get S aptitudes. I hate how I get S aptitudes. Barely got a UD. Oh, we got a UD. Almost not getting a UD one, or almost a UD one. It was an okay run, I guess. I guess. It's funny we did get an S in leader because I do have Teo there, but at least we got the S in medium distance. But yeah, it was an alright run. 1656 speed, 1454 stamina, 1419 power. I wish I had that power on probably that Teo I trained. This Teo. Where is she? Can I see? No. Because then maybe that Teo would have been a little bit higher. Maybe at least a UD8. Maybe UD9. But 777 guts and 1177 on Wise with S aptitudes on medium distance and leader, which the leader one doesn't necessarily matter to me because obviously I'm going to be using Kita as an escape, but I'm not going to be using this Kita. But it is my second best one. Hopefully there's going to be a big gap between UD1 and the best one I train, hopefully. I'm just hoping. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are up to over the weekend. For me, I'll probably most likely try to catch up in a lot of stories. Star Rail, Genshin, Reverse, hopefully HBR or Heaven Burns Red. Yeah, that, and obviously hopefully training a lot more in Uma. And yeah, I think that's pretty much my plan, other than the usual, and if any plans come up, I guess, but probably not. Probably not. Yeah, let me know what you guys are up to for the weekend. Let me know how your guys' training are, and if there's anything else y'all want to talk about or ask me, whether if it's Uma related or other games of anime or any other questions. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. I was trying to think what else I can add to that, but I don't really have anything else to add. So with that being said, guys, hope you have a good weekend. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.